Hi everyone. The question says find the value of the following, give your answers both in decimals and fraction where possible. Okay, so we are having questions involving fractions and decimal. So when we look at the first one, we have a proper fraction, we have a decimal, we have a mixed fraction, we have a decimal number, we have a mixed fraction, and we are subtracting a decimal number from a mixed fraction. We are dividing this mixed fraction with a decimal number, and we are adding a decimal number to a fraction. So solution, how do we go about this? So here we have 1 over 4. 1 over 4 plus, so this is a decimal number, so I can change this to a fraction. I can write this as 34 over 100. Okay, so this is the first way we can resolve this. So from here, I can easily look for the LCM of 4 and 100, and that gives me 100. Okay, so 4 in 100, that is 25. Okay, when you multiply 25 with this, you have 25 plus 100 in 100, that is 1. 1 times this gives us 34. So by the time we add this together, 34 plus this, we have 59 over 100. So our answer is in fraction. So you can change this to decimal and say 0.59. Okay, so how do I change it? I write my 59. I have two zeros at the multiples of 10, so I have two zeros. So I have to count. I assume I have the decimal point at the back of 9, so I have to shift it twice. So I have here 1, I have here 2. So the last counting determines the position of my decimal, and I add 0. So if I leave my answer in fraction, I have it as 59 over 100. If I leave my answer in decimal, I have it as this. So for the second one, I have a mixed fraction, or you are working with a mixed fraction with any other numbers. So I have a mixed fraction. I say 5 times 1 is 5 plus 4. I have a 9 over 5. So I have my division. So I'm changing a decimal number to a fraction. So I make a straight line. The decimal point turns to 1. Every other numbers after the point turns to 0. So I have 0, I have 0. So here I have 45. Okay. So from here I have 9 over 5. So my division changed to times. So by the time I change my division to times, I reciprocate, meaning the denominator comes up, the numerator comes down. So I have here 100 over 45. Okay, so now I have times in between these two fractions. I can now simplify what I have with the common numbers. So I have here 5, I have here 100. I can say 5 here is 1, 5 here is 20. Okay, I have here 20, I have here 45. I can still use 5. 5 in 20 is 4, 5 in 45 is 9. So when you look at this properly, I have here 9, I have here 9. I can say 9 here is 1, 9 here is 1. Okay, so at the numerator here, I'm having 1 times 1 over what I'm having here is still 1 times 1. So that gives me 1 for this. So for the third one, the mixed fraction, I change it to an improper fraction. How do I do that? 2 times 4 is 8 plus 1. So I have a 9 over 2. Okay, minus, change the decimal number to a fraction, rule a straight line, the point turns to 1. Other numbers after the point turns to 0. So I have 0, I have 0. So I have here 106. Okay. So from here, I'll look for the LCM, which is 100. Okay. So 2 in 100 is 50. When you times with this one, you have 450 minus 100 in 100 is 1. When you times with this, you have 106. Okay. So when you subtract this from this, you have 450 minus 106. When you do the subtraction, you are having 4. We are having 344. So we have 344 over 100 in a fractional form. But since this is an even number, you can divide a number with 2 when the last number is divided by is an even number. So this number can be divided by 2. We can reduce it further with 2. So 2 in 3 is 1. In 4, so you have 1 left. In 14 is 7. In 4, you have it as 2. 2 in 100 is 50. Okay, so we can still reduce this further with 2. 2 times 8 is 16. 2 times 6 is 12. Here you have here 25. Okay, So you can as well change this to a mixed fraction. Okay, so how many 25 do I have in 86? I have that to be 3 whole number. That gives me 75. Okay, so 75 out of 86. So to know my numerator here, I have to minus the value of this from here, which is 75. So when I say 86 minus 75, I have here 11. So I have 11 over 25. Thank you very much.